It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. He sold them out, and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
You gonna set yourself up like tenants of Skull and Bones at Yale? You better believe somebody in around this boule, and we checking on this history of Minton, may have been a Skull and Bones at Yale as damn self.
Right. Pass.
Passing for what? Passing for what? Organizational plan. Reliance was placed on Greek history. So when you confront them, they gonna swear it ain't a Greek thing. And you gonna tell them, say, well, I seen your thing, and I know your thing is Greek from the jump. And no subordinate boule, Archon, can ever deviate from the structure and the guidelines laid down by people in the organization higher than them. So when you're in a hierarchy, you are controlled from the top down. The bottom could be honest people, but they must do what the top tell them. That's the deal. Acquaintance with Western civilization. Although Greek culture had relations with the culture of the Orient, hold it now. Seemed like they skipped over somebody. Let me go back.
How does that happen? Astrology. You ever think about astrology?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Does it have an effect on you?
I read my horoscope just this morning. Big things ahead for me in the next couple of days.
Right.
And you've said before, Morgan, that you're a man of God. When you did this, and so many of these questions were posed.
When did I say I was a man of God?
You're not?
No. No.
Folks was coming at you with old rope, knife, gun, whatever they could find because they're tired of hearing your noise. Tell me, would you be laughing?
Nope.
Me neither.
I'm happy. I was better.
Better than what?
Better than before, better than next time. I was gonna be better yet. Just you wait. I was gonna learn this thing, Mr. House. I was gonna be better than you. I was gonna be better than anybody in the whole world. Just you wait.
Why you gonna wait? You can be better than all of us, for son.
Huh?
This is the place.
What place?
The crossroads. They say
Who said?
that it should come to the crossroads
Robert,
at
don't
midnight.
you believe nothing about that crossroads bullshit.
Devil be waiting to buy your soul. Give you anything you want.
Anything?
Anything.
What time is it?
10 to 12. Boy, where you going?
Gonna wait on the devil.
Alright, peace, y'all. Peace. In this video, this was highly requested by a lot of my Patreon supporters and my YouTube subscribers, right? A lot of y'all asked me about the 27 Club and what the true meaning behind it. Alright, but I'm gonna break it down today in this video and give y'all a clear understanding on the reason why all of this stuff takes place. Alright, so the 27 Club, right? We seen there's a lot of entertainers that have died around this age. Very talented, I say for the most part, and I want to pay my respects to all these individuals that have passed before us, whether they made a negative impact or positive impact on the world. But I definitely want to send my condolences to them first and foremost. But we're going to get into the basics of why all of this stuff transpires and why most of these people get involved in it. All right. So the 27 Club, right, consists of a conspiracy, some would say, right, that revolves around an age. But it derives from, first comes from the Fürstenberg, okay, who actually came from Johann George Faust, all right? Johann George Faust was a scholar, All right, he was a scholar, but wanted more out of life. Okay, so y'all remember when I told y'all the reason why a lot of these entertainers, you know, they sell their soul and do all of this other stuff and want to level up and do demonic behavior is because of greed. They want more. All right, it's in human nature for human beings to want more out of life. All right, you can have it all but still want more. You know, that's a form of greed. All right, so this all derives from Johann Faust. All right, who was actually the first individual to make a pact with the devil. Okay, you know, I talked about this before about fortune bargains. A lot of y'all thought it was called fortune bargains, but inconveniently my accent won't allow me to explain it easier. So I'm gonna break it down today what a fortune bargain is and the dangers behind it. All right, so this comes from Johann George Faust. All right, like I said, he was a scholar, but we're gonna get into the situation and what happened, and then I'm gonna break down his story. All right, so it says the erudite Faust is highly successful yet dissatisfied with his life, which leads him to make a pact with the devil at the crossroads. See that right there? The crossroads. Exchanging his soul for unlimited knowledge and worldly pleasures. The Faust legend has been the basis for many literature, artistic, cinematic, and musical works that have reinterpreted it through the ages. Faust and the adjective Faustian imply sacrificing spiritual values for power, knowledge, or material gain. Okay, we're going to get into the summary of the story now. All right, so it says, Faust is bored and depressed with his life as a scholar. After an attempt to take his own life, he calls on the devil for further knowledge and magic powers with which to indulge all the pleasures and knowledge of the world. In response, the devil's representative, Mephistopheles, appears. All right, so it wasn't exactly the devil, it was Mephistopheles. All right, he makes a bargain with Faust. Mephistopheles will serve Faust with his magic powers for a set of number of years. All right, so that's where that 27 club come in. All right, but at the end of the term, the devil will claim Faust's soul and Faust will be eternally enslaved. All right, so now we see here that Johann Faust, all right, was, like I said, he was bored with his life, you know what I'm saying? And he kind of wanted to level up, as they say, all right? So when we see all of these tragedies happening and these people doing all of this satanic stuff and sacrificing, this all derives from this, okay? This is where this comes from, all right? This is the originality of this, making pacts with the devil, all right? In exchange for certain things, okay? Maybe a family member, maybe your sexual values, your morals, okay? These things happen and take place within the industry, and it's been a sinister act for a long period of time, all right? So now I also want to point out something very important now. In this summary, it stated that the devil's representative, Mephistopheles, came, okay? So a lot of people get it confused and think that Mephistopheles is the devil, but Mephistopheles is actually a demon, okay? He's actually a minion to the devil, all right? So when we see certain type of individuals like Baal, Astaroth, you know, Baphomet, and all of these other deities, Lucifer, all of these other deities, right? Most people put it in the same category as if this is the devil, but no, that's totally different, okay? These are demonic entities that follow the same path as Satan, okay? So when you're conjuring up demons or whatever you're playing with behind closed doors, okay? You're not conjuring up the devil, okay? You don't have that much power. You're conjuring up the demon, okay, that is behind that, all right? So when you see these people get involved with this stuff, like I said, this is all a spiritual aspect, all right? This is all spiritual mess, all right? So now, when these people practice these things, right, and they mention going out to the crossroads, such as artists like Robert Johnson, who was actually the first artist to admit he sold his soul on record, okay? But when these people go out and do these things, okay, Usually they do this stuff at nighttime, all right? And now, this demon that is conjured up, okay, it tricks these individuals into cursing themselves, okay? So what Mephistopheles does is, okay, he can portray himself as anyone, all right? He appears as a shadow, but can portray himself as any individual, all right? So when we see this, people refer to the crossroads and associate that with Papa Legba, okay? Some of y'all may heard of the legend Papa Legba being at the crossroads, okay? But here's the difference, all right? Papa Legba doesn't involve himself with the crossroads, okay? This is an old wives' tale. That's an old myth, all right? To really have a conversation with Papa Legba, most people will go down to the train tracks or the railroad, okay? And that's where you would have a conversation with Papa Legba. Papa Legba doesn't deal with crossroads. That's mainly all satanic business, okay? So when people go to these crossroads at 12 o'clock at night trying to do rituals and stuff like that, and then they wind up dead, okay, the 9 times out of 10 they met with Baron Samedi or some other type of dark individual that possibly tricked them, okay? Now, like I said, Mephistopheles can change himself into any individual, okay? So now I'm going to explain the connection, okay, to the number 27 and the Faustian bargain, okay? Now, you guys remember when I said that in that section of the summary, I mentioned that the devil gave him knowledge and wisdom and fame or fortune for a set number of years, okay? For a set number of years, the devil would grant him this request, all right? And in return, he would burn in hell eternally, all right? So we're going to find out the aspect of the number 27 and its connection, okay, to Satan, all right? To Satan. All right, so this may get a little deep, but I'm going to break it down for you guys in the simplest way possible. So I want you guys to follow me as close as you can so you can get an understanding of this, all right? So now, we know that all of these entertainers died at the age of 27, okay? And the number 27 is actually connected, all right, to the planet Saturn, all right? So now, some of you may say or may not agree, some of you may agree, may not agree that Saturn can also be broken down as to Satan, right? So we know that that energy is around the same realm. All right, so now I'm going to break this down in the simplest terms. So it takes about 29 and a half years, okay, for Saturn to rotate 360 degrees around the sun, all right? The only time they say when Saturn is visibly moving is when a person is born and when they're dying, all right? So Saturn moves very, I guess, what you would say slow, all right? It takes its time, but I guess because it's a much bigger planet, so it may take a little longer. There's more energy behind it. But it takes 29 and a half years, all right, for it to rotate around the sun in a synchronal orbit, all right? And it also takes 2 years, all right, for Saturn to see the full moon, okay? So you know how we have full moons once a month, right? It takes Saturn 2 years to see a full moon, all right? Don't ask me why. I don't know why, all right? I just know that it's been scientifically proven that it takes 2 years for them to see for Saturn to see a full moon. All right. So now let's do the math here. Yeah, I know I'm horrible at math, but I could at least do this. All right. So if it takes 29 and a half years, okay, for Saturn to rotate around the sun, all right, this is energy we talking about. Okay. When it starts again from the beginning, okay, and continues to rotate again, all right, we would count that from that point on, and that would equal out to 27 years, okay? It would be about 27.5 years, okay? So, literally, you guys could look all of this stuff up, all right? It literally is there. It takes about 27 years for Saturn to rotate around, the sun. All right. So when we see that it takes 27 years, all right, for Saturn to rotate around the Earth, all right, we know that there's a specific connection between Saturn and Satan, okay, along with Fortune bargains, all right. So now, this shows that it could be proof that Saturn is actually Satan and that it revolves around that same energy, okay. We have to be very careful of the things that we indulge in, okay? You guys got to be very careful. And I advise no one out there to try any of this stuff that I mentioned at home, okay? These things are very dangerous, man. You know, and I want to also pinpoint this out. If you guys out there trying to mess with this stuff, all right, because you watch my videos and feel that I'm giving you a point of view on how to do this crap, all right? You guys got to be very careful because the devil is a trickster, all right? All right, so you may think that you're going to renegotiate or try to swindle your way out of it, and I'm going to repent in the last day. But like I said to you, the devil will take your life at any given time, all right? So you guys don't, you know, like I said, don't mess with this stuff, man. It's very demonic, man. Every last one of these entertainers would tell you, you know, like, don't go down this path, all right? So a lot of y'all also want to ask, yo, but Jay, okay, you know, how do they, you know, when the time is up, then how are they still living? You know, what about the entertainers that still, you know, still living and did this mess, right? Here's the thing about fortune bargains, okay? So when you make a pact, all right, with this demon or deity, whatever, okay, they always allow for renegotiation terms, all right? So at the end of your term, okay, most of these entertainers, they go and, you know, do the pact again, all right, just to keep this, you know, in needs of more time, all right, on this earth, all right? Because like I said, all of these things that these people in high places do, all right, they're all demonic. These people are all evil individuals. They're greedy, okay? They're ego-driven, all right? These people are not of the human mankind. They are not of mankind, all right? These are different individuals.
When did I say I was a man of God?
You're not?
No. No.
All right? For the most part, a lot of these people are considered to be geniuses, right? But for, you know, to be honest with you, a lot of them, all right, have mental problems, okay? So we can't take that out of the aspect, all right? Anybody that wants to play with these things and these demonic things seriously needs to seek psychic evaluation, all right? There's no reason why you should be playing with demonic spirits, all right, for your own personal gain, all right? When you do this type of stuff, all right, this shows a sign of weakness, all right? So, yeah, I mean, I kind of broke it down in the aspect, you know, why a lot of these entertainers have died at the age of 27, the connection to Saturn and Satan, okay, and making a fortune bargain, all right, and the misconceptions of the devil, okay, and people assuming that these two things go hand in hand, all right. So it's kind of giving you guys a clear basis of what a fortune bargain is, you know, and I'm not going to give anybody details on how to do this stuff because I'm not here to promote that, but I just want to give people a clearer understanding for them to connect their dots and see it is for what it is, you know what I'm saying? So now with that being said, the 27 Club conspiracy is pretty much done for, all right? I hope everybody has a blessed week and you guys stay safe out there. Peace.